Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Legends of Arcadia Genesis. Our heroes are entering the Necromancer lair.
Oh, how upset would you all be if I started playing a song and singing as we entered their domain?
I'd be upset
Are you
if you weren't
attempting
singing.
to be sneaky?
I would say no. We're not a sneaky party. I'd say if you're not singing, you're not in character.
This is very true.
Right.
Okay.
How epic is the theme song?
Oh, do you want me to say? Okay.
I mean, you can describe it if you don't have it on hand. Shaking your head will not
give me
improve
half
your memory.
give me half a second to like wake up. I don't know. It'll go something like, "Off we go to kill the necromancer, gonna chop some bones, for his crime we must answer." That's all I got. All right. But it'll go that way. And we're just singing and inspiring you over the minutes it takes to like get through here. So as you guys are investigating the rattling chains and the spooky atmosphere, there's Raekwon in the back, like,
Excellent.
Singing a song about how you're going to butcher all of the Necromancer's minions as you walk down the stairs to butcher the Necromancer's minions is like the ultimate Chad move for a D&D party.
Yeah.
So,
And so after 3 rounds of that, you will all be bardically inspired.
Yeah. I mean, like round 1, Nyx is casting an armor spell. And then we like queue up and slowly start descending the staircase while you sing behind us.
Oh, is there a staircase? Okay.
Yeah.
There is a slippery staircase. Izuul, you were front and center, I believe?
Yes.
Wait, is it dark? Is it lit?
It is an unlit cave.
Do we have any lights, magical lights, or do we need torches?
Torch. Does anyone have a torch? I can carry a torch. And if it's not big, I could flame sword, but I think I will. All right, does anyone have a torch?
Yeah, I've got a torch on character. So.
Yeah, hand me a torch. I'll do torch instead of spear. And
I hand my torch to you.
not as impressive as my flaming sword, but
It'll do for now.
I seem to have misplaced it.
Keep your eyes open as well.
They always are.
You will.
Yep. No, I was going to say Iswell goes first. I'll go behind him and then, yeah.
All right, Izuul. You can head down these stairs. You hear the rattling of chains, the sweeping of feet, and stepping into view from the bottom of the staircase is an ogre zombie.
How far away is it?
20 feet.
How wide is the staircase? If there's an ogre, maybe it's wide enough for 2 of us to stand abreast.
No, because if you need 5 feet of fighting room, each of you, I don't think it's a 10-foot wide staircase. It might.
So
be like
then the ogre will be fighting at penalties because it is too large for.
Yeah.
I would expect
True.
so. Yes, it can walk up and down the stairs, but if it has to fight in this area, it will be an awkward battle for the ogre.
Okay. Let it come to us. Push it down.
Yeah, I guess we're staring down at this ogre. Is it looking up at us or like?
It is. Well, not quite
As much as
looking
a
at
zombie
you.
looks.
It's just as much as a zombie looks. It's at the bottom of the staircase, just kind of like.
Is John just at the mouth of the cave?
I think John and the sheep are outside.
yeah.
John, bring me my ogre slaying spear.
All right. I will reach into my bag. If it's just standing at the bottom, Neal, is it?
It is.
I'll reach into my bag and take out one of my 5 pints of oil. Now, this worked in Frofro, so stop me if this isn't going to work anymore. And I will just, like, throw the oil at the ogre and then grab the torch off his
Right.
wall.
I have since realized we are not using petroleum-based oils for our lamps. We are using vegetable oils for our lamps.
Okay.
So it's not.
Okay.
Vegetable oil? What?
That's how they used it back in the olden days.
you're
Your
like
lamps were made out of like
lamp oils were not like fire
blubber
oils. They're not gonna.
blubber.
They could be whale blubber
whale
in
oil.
some regions, but if you don't have whales nearby,
How do you make vegetable oil?
squeeze it from a vegetable, just like how you make baby oil.
I mean, like.
All right, I threw it anyway. Prepare to be sauteed.
Vegetable oil is
That it was
flammable
such
anyways.
It is flammable, but it's not like gonna go up in flames. Like,
You should have been in my kitchen a couple weeks ago.
we don't need to have this conversation now, but we can do it
Whatever.
later.
The reason I said it is
Right.
because I suspected maybe this was the case, and I don't do it then. All right, so if Iswell is getting his spear, I guess I'll hand the torch.
Unless
back
I don't think
to-
John is a competent enough squire to bring me my ogre slaying spear, so I'll probably just conjure a flame sword.
There you
Yeah,
go.
but I'll hand the torch to Nyx.
It doesn't even. I like discard the torch at the ogre as I draw a flaming sword.
Oh, okay. We throw it at the ogre. Fair enough.
The torch tumbles down the stairs, sputters in the water.
I think
but
to avoid
retains
having to
burning.
Wait, did you say
having
that?
to like make an attack roll, I don't actually throw it at the. I think maybe the torch just turns into a flaming sword.
Ooh.
Who even cares?
You toss the torch in the air and it becomes a flaming sword in your hand.
Or yeah,
Nice.
like the flame of the torch like descends
Yeah,
the
you
length
like
of it.
draw the flaming sword with the end of the torch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there it is.
Well,
Now his wall has a sword. This ogre is so screwed.
What's the ogre wearing, or is it naked? And is this cave damp?
yes, it's very damp.
Okay.
The
never mind.
ogre has but a single loincloth covering its rotten goods.
Oh my god, that salami's been left in the cupboard for far too long.
So is the ogre just staring up at us, groaning, or is it?
Yeah, it's kind of just like looking forward into the staircase while you guys are a little bit above it, but it's clearly moved up to the staircase, but has like held its ground, not going outside, not
Right.
ascending the stairs.
It takes me a round to conjure my flaming sword, so I don't know if anyone's doing anything at that time, or if I should just.
No, I don't think it's worth wasting buffs on one ogre, so I'll just follow close behind.
Where there's
Is
one,
it?
there's generally more.
What do you think?
Is it actually aggressive, or is it just standing there like a dumb zombie?
Oh, I
Just standing
should.
there like a
I should just turn undead. I mean, I guess I will approach flaming sword in hand. Maybe it was unnecessary to conjure this flaming sword, and the next round I will turn undead. See what happens.
Turn undead. Because it just chills, and it doesn't sound like any of you guys are approaching it violently. So it stands there.
I mean, I'm about to, but
I'll just
Get
say,
there.
I think it is possible that they lost their will to fight because the necromancer lost control over them.
yeah, doesn't mean we don't need to rid the world of these abominations, right?
How much space do we have to maneuver in here? Is this like a narrow
It's
corridor?
5 feet wide, so
Okay,
we have
so not
fighting
enough room
space.
for me to like maneuver a sling then.
It's also
Like I could probably do it
angled
if I, but not with other people in this hallway.
Yeah,
with
not
me.
with other
I'd
people in
risk
front of
hitting
you.
something.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I will leave this to you for now then. I have magic that could help, but I don't think you'll need it.
So I auto turn zombies, but I think this is like a 5 hit die zombie, a 6 hit die zombie.
Yeah, depending on how you want to calculate it. Like it's right because its head has different HP from its body, and its body HP is crazy high, but its head HP is only like.
Oh wait, I don't know how
die.
to turn zombies in the little. Okay, well let's roll a d20 and see. 19. That will turn anything.
Nice roll.
That will turn a wraith or a 6 hit die.
Yes, the zombie before you backs up slowly, walking
And
away.
I think
from
I
you.
turned 2d6, so I don't know if there are other creatures, but if there are any behind it.
Yes, there are.
And I come like leaping down the staircase,
the
and
zombie.
the undead scatter before me.
The ogre zombie backs up, and you can see there is a humanoid, like a human-sized zombie, chained to a wall nearby. The flesh of its right leg from the thigh down has been completely removed, so it's just like bone on one leg, and the rest of it is all zombified. This one is actually chained to a wall and is dressed in clothing. You know, it's gross clothing now that it's been against undead flesh for a while, but once upon a time would have been fairly nice. The rest of the area seems to be some sort of laboratory with benches along the sides, cages, chains, ropes dangling from various places. What appears to be some sort of like writing station or workbench with some notepads open, some ink, some fonts, some little fabrics to like tie things up into scrolls and put them on a little scroll shelf. There's a
Perfect. Kindling for the cleansing fire. Is there just one room, or are there passageways from here?
No, it is one large room, maybe 40 feet across and at least 60 feet deep, but you can't see the end of it.
Well, the Angel of Death descends into the Necromancer's laboratory.
Following close behind.
Yeah, the undead flee, running, getting as far away from me as possible. The one that's chained probably flails even more intensely against its bindings. The party has a round to salvage whatever they want to salvage before I start setting this place aflame.
Okay. If we have a round, what do we see that looks...
He had notebooks on a table. Probably start there.
Piles of gold?
There is a single crate that contains some silver, some copper, maybe a few pieces of gold, and then like miscellaneous jewelry.
Okay, yeah. I guess we'll painstakingly drag that. If it's a whole crate, then I imagine it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, probably weighs like 20 pounds.
Oh, okay. I'll pick that up and get it out of the way before Easewall sets it on fire.
And there's no other
you
enemies
say-
down here, apart from the chained up zombie and the one ogre.
Ogre zombie and the chained up one.
I will go and look at the
Anticlimactic,
chained
lair.
up zombie now.
It
Is there anything
is
special about him?
It's wearing clothing, fairly nice clothing, and all the flesh has been removed from the right leg. And this zombie is chained to a wall, but other than that, it doesn't look... You know, you've seen zombies before now, and this one kind of looks the same thing, just sort of rotted flesh dangling off of it in different places. Doesn't appear to be dead from any, there's not like a sword wound that killed this creature before it was raised.
You said nice clothes. Is there potentially like the sigil of a house or something on this? If I can't get a good look, I'll kill it first.
Actively being turned, and it's chained to the wall, so it can't really go.
Yeah.
You will indeed see some sort of sigil on the lapel. It looks like a tree coming out of the ground and breaking into branches that don't have leaves. So, called like either a dead tree or a winter tree or something like that.
Okay. What are the colors of the clothes?
The shirt is blue with silver trim and toggles, wooden toggles, and the pants are, some color that matches well with blue but has no significance in game, so you can design it as you want.
Sure.
Nice.
All right, making note of that, I suppose. Can I will actually try and snatch the sigil away from its shirt.
It's like sewn. It's part of the shirt.
Yeah, I want to tear its shirt off it.
Yeah. The zombie is afraid. It's trying to get away. I think you can grab it and rip it off. I don't think you even need a check. You just rip off a huge chunk of the clothing.
Yeah.
It falls away pretty easily. It looks like the shirt has just been sitting in zombie juice for a while, so the fabric on it is pretty crap now.
I'll tear away the excess just so I've got the sigil left.
Perfect.
I would like to cast a spell.
Which spell?
I'm going to pick out a card, and I'm gonna use my hand that has the eye tattoo on it. And I'm gonna put this card over my eye like this. And as I do that, it looks like the tattoo forms into a way that looks like the eye is actually opening a little bit, and it starts glowing. And I'm gonna detect magic in here and have a look, scan across the desk, and see if there's anything magical in this cave.
The zombie and the ogre are radiating necromantic magic for surezies. There is... no, there is no other magic being radiated from in here, except for the player gear.
Right, but so on the desk, You say, are there scrolls? Or are they just like the things that hold the parchment together?
There are some scrolls, and then there's scraps of parchment. Ready
Okay,
to
I'll
be-
just pick up the scrolls for now and just hold them in my arms. You know.
Okay.
I will walk up to Iswell as scouring the rest of the room, and I'll say to him, Iswell, I was a little bit disappointed. I was expecting some more resistance here. Seems like we already killed the Necromancer, and there's nothing left here but this coward.
Yeah. Iswell walks past Abaddon, sword raised, and be free, tortured spirits, and I execute the chained zombie.
Sure. It can fall beneath your blade fairly easily. It is restrained, easy to destroy.
And then I will turn upon the ogre, who might
The
take a little
ogre
more
has
doing.
like retreated way back into the depths of the cave.
Mm-hmm.
You can go after it and find it pressed against the back of the cave, which just kind of gets narrower and narrower and narrower. It's definitely natural in formation. There's a pool of water back here, and the ogre zombie's up to its knees in the pool of water, pressed against the far back, trying to get away from you.
Yeah, I
If
smite
we
this
squeeze
pitiful
it,
creature.
Is its oil flammable?
Well, I mean, you'll need like an ogre press and, really crank it out, but maybe.
Have no fear, pitiful creature. You're free now.
I guess once you
This
make your
may take
attack,
some
you
hacking. This round I get 2 attacks. I don't actually use that smite because I get 2 attacks this round.
Yeah,
but
that's
I think-
probably not worth it.
Once you
Undead.
attack it, it will. You're gonna break the turn, and it'll come after you.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him fight. So
Okay.
Do we
Well,
roll
I guess the
initiative?
two of you can get the ogre was last, so make your attacks. And
Surprise
if the ogre's
round or
still
something?
standing, it's undead. It's well aware of you, but they go.
Or like
last.
a free round because it's turned or whatever.
Yeah.
Any case. Actually, ogres have shit AC, don't they?
AC 8.
Yeah.
Unless you're targeting the head, right?
Right. In which case it's actually AC 6. Head is AC
And
12.
then 12, yeah.
Yeah.
So you
8
hack into it.
damage.
8.
8 is also a hit. God, those are shit rolls.
Mm-hmm.
For 10 damage. So I do 18 damage with 2 swings that round. I guess
Yeah, I
it
do
might get a
5.
retaliation between them.
Yes. The ogre will reach out to you guys.
With just a hand? Do we get a tax opportunity?
No, it
It's-
grabs a what do you call it? There's a series of clubs stacked or kind of floating in the water, as if they've been either left
Wait,
there
there's
in the water
water
level
and
raised.
there's clubs on hand?
I told you he was
Yeah.
standing in water. Gotta listen. You will
Okay.
grab one of the little things floating around, using it as a club, and make a swipe at the Angel
Okay.
of Death.
Sure.
8 to hit.
Miss.
Yes.
I think he's also squeezed. You said he was squeezed into the corner.
yes.
So I don't think he probably gets combat penalties, but it doesn't even matter.
But it doesn't.
So he's
even
still
matter.
alive after taking
23 damage. Yes.
23 damage.
Yes.
Alright.
But the bits of the ogre are falling off and splashing into the water below as you hack at it. The smell of burning, rotting flesh pervades the air. It's almost good barbecue, but not quite. And I hope you guys can just finish it off this round, because it's not.
Now I'll use my smite, targeting its head
Ah,
for double damage and I guess that's not a crit on the head, but
No.
18 damage because this is holy energy.
and the heads only have
Using a
12
spell
hit
slot.
points, so the ogre
yeah.
giant crushes and falls. Or zombie ogre. No more.
So there have been a few minutes for the spellcasters to evacuate stuff, but I think then Iswol is going to burn some books. These are foul secrets that must be
Okay.
purged from the world.
Wait. What kind of books are we talking about here?
There's some texts written down.
I feel like I've given the party ample opportunity to speak up, and no one seems
Well,
to.
I've
So I think
taken things, right?
yeah, so you probably
you can't
pocketed
burn
some-
the stuff I have.
No, yeah. And I think I've been focused on the spirits, but at this point I turn to like the Necromancer's research and go to just set the whole place aflame.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch the smoke and see if it escapes somewhere in the room that is unexpected. Like through a
Oh.
wall or a crevice or if there seems to be a draft of air somewhere that the smoke can go that's not up out the way we came. Essentially, I'm looking for secret rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty smart.
Would also be interesting to figure out where the water's coming from. Like, is it, is there an underground exit to this cave or something like that?
How much time do you want to spend on this project? Is it just a thought that you're having, or is it a...
Until it starts to burn.
Yeah, well, it's pretty clear that the water is dripping from the ceiling, and if there's nowhere for it to go, it's just going to collect and slowly build up. And so the pool is at the lowest, deepest end of the cave, and all the water just kind of collects there.
Right.
But who knows? Maybe there's an underwater passage that you haven't seen. No one's really ventured into the deep water. Deep into the water. Anyway,
the ogre was standing in it. It's not like it was more depth than an ogre's thigh. So
yeah, unless there's like a section of the water that the ogre wasn't standing in that has a secret magic tunnel that goes deep into the water where the +5 swords are hidden. It could be there. It's always possible.
Once things start going up in flame, I will walk dejectedly back up the stairs to the outside.
What about Raekwon's question of the smoke? Do we see smoke billowing unnaturally?
No, the smoke does exit through the expected exit of the top of the cave, just flowing on out. The place goes up. You guys manage to salvage the gold, silver, copper, and jewelry, as well as an armful of scrolls. Make your way back out into the woods. A little disappointed, perhaps, that the Necromancer's lair wasn't more exciting, but alive.
Yeah. Once everyone starts coming out, I'll say, looks pretty interesting over there, looking over past the next river, and say, didn't really find the adventure we were looking for. How's about we head deeper? Or are you also keen to make it back to our comfy beds?
We can carry on, but I think we should make sure that this place is sanctified before we move on.
Sure,
I plunge my flaming sword into the dirt and look about. Where did so there were a bunch of trees that were chopped down. Is there any sign of where that lumber went?
There's a bunch of workbenches and stuff inside the place that easily could have been the lumber.
Burning.
Yep, yeah. And maybe some of it was used for fuel to maintain heat and warmth and light in that area as well.
Okay. I'll get my holy totem off of one of the sheep and place it in the ground before the Necromancer's lair and perform some sort of ritual. I'm not burning the totem, Abaddon. But
That's sure.
It's a holy symbol.
I roll my eyes behind his back when he does it.
And I don't have a spell, but I perform some sort of religious ritual to cleanse the place, and I pray for the gods to descend and reclaim this land as a holy place once more, or at least not an unholy place.
How close are we to the edge of the river? Is it still a few miles away?
The next river you don't quite see yet. You might be able to hear the rushing of water in the distance, but the tree cover here is too thick to see the river.
Yeah, so I will, I'm encouraging everyone. We should keep going. There could be anything down here. Maybe the Necromancer's got more research past the next river.
Is there any more sign of dark arts, or is this the end?
What?
Seemingly, this is the end. This is where the scent is the strongest. You can, Abaddon can still smell the undead, sort of like in the whole area. If you walk around, like the smell pervades the region, but this is the strongest sector of it.
I'm not sure why he'd have
flowing
multiple
again?
layers.
Yeah, maybe, but I was kind of looking for a fight, and this was disappointing.
Neal, has the wind picked up again?
No, the wind is still quite... there's a gentle breeze, but it's not very strong.
Okay.
Well, the smell of smoke will eventually overpower the smell of death. And my prayers completed. I put the totem back on the sheep. And I'm ready to go. Lead the way, Abaddon.
All right, I will keep heading west.
You guys will come to a river. This one has a bridge over it. And this bridge is made of wood and stone, like a wooden frame with rocks covering it. And the rocks have been packed down hard, filled with gravel and sand on top of it to make a fairly walkable area. The construction,
Would you say that this is an impressive bridge?
It is impressive relative to the other ones you've seen so far, yes.
Like even the ones at Hearthhome?
No, the ones in Hearthhome are better than this, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Does this one have toll keepers?
There are no toll keepers on this bridge, but it is quite wide.
Toll booth here.
Yeah.
Yes, we found our calling. Now we wait.
We become bridge trolls.
Any minute now, the gold's gonna be rolling in.
Look, we're gonna make pittances until a merchant wagon comes through, and then we're gonna make a haul. 20 whole gold.
Yeah, I'll head over the bridge.
Okay. You walk across the bridge, no problem. Bringing the sheep in the party with you?
Mm-hmm. Is
Right.
anyone tempted to check out this tile, since it sticks out? I know it's probably nothing.
Can we see the peninsula?
Yeah.
From where we are, or
Yeah, when you look down the river, you can see that it curves and stretches down on... These tiles are like 5 miles across, so if you're against the mountainside, you probably can't see the ocean.
is that where the bridge was?
Yes, the bridge was actually... if the lair was right here in the mountains, the bridge was like at the first crossable, the first easy spot to build a bridge closest to the Necromancer's lair.
I mean, we got nothing
Maybe
but time,
he built this
right?
bridge. Yeah. Should we head north? Let's do it. Yeah. Head north, east.
As the evening approaches, you will come to the furthest point of the peninsula, and you will see a stone tower erected here. It is wide, very wide. Maybe like 30 feet across, but it's not super tall. Maybe 20 feet tall.
Is it a lighthouse?
It is not a lighthouse. And
Is there any markings on it?
a staircase that wraps around the outside, made of stone. It does not appear to have an inside, at least not on the base.
Well, we approach it.
Yeah.
The staircase is wide, very wide.
Before we go up, I will throw my weapons down. And do I have heightened senses in normal form or in werewolf form, or do I have to turn into a wolf to get that?
I think your senses are strongest in wolf form, then still inhumanly strong in hybrid form, and your human form has slightly elevated senses.
All right.
They're like human, but like really good human senses.
And any weird smells here? Does it just smell like rock and dirt and sea?
There's a scent that you can't quite place yet.
Sorry, that was me.
All right, I don't say anything. I'll go up the stairs.
How's the wind here on the coast?
Right here at the peninsula, it is nice and breezy.
Nice and breezy. Would you say that is very strong?
No, I would say it is moderate. Why is... I don't understand. Everyone's asking about wind speeds, and I don't know why.
I mean, I have a wind column spell that's pretty much useless unless the weather cooperates.
Got it.
I think I had that on Van Helsing, and it was one of those spells that just never really... You want it to be used, but it never gets the use.
Yeah.
Well, here you are. Large tower before you, oddly wide, with an oddly wide staircase. And it does go up to about the tops of the trees nearby. Who wants to be the first to ascend?
I'm already ascending.
Well,
Yeah, I get there fast, I start going.
you
behind him.
get up to the top, and you will find a flattened top area with a single ogre on it, who is lying on the ground, clutching some sort of large horn, as if trying to escape the notice of the people walking by. But as you come to the top and see the ogre, and the ogre's looking at you, she will blow the horn mightily, letting out a deep...
Can we roll initiative to try and, or was that like to try and stop her from blowing?
No, she has a readied action to blow the horn if anyone comes into view on the top of the tower. So, horn
Is
pressed
it
to the lips.
possible? I have a 15-foot... Hold on. I have a bigger than that. I have a big sound bubble I could create. Is it possible to like quickly, like maybe I can't stop her from blowing the horn, but to capture the sound inside my sound bubble before it gets out?
I think that's a great idea.
What's the casting time on that spell?
1.
Ooh.
It's a fast spell.
It is a 10-foot plus 5 per level, so it's a 30-foot bubble at the biggest that prevents sound from escaping or coming in.
So if you were to be within 30 feet of the ogress, then her sound would just bounce around in the bubble without escaping?
It doesn't bounce. It's like for performances, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like no outside sound can come in. No one of your sound can go out to the rest of the bars. So like it would sound like she was blowing the shit out of the horn to anyone inside of it, but nothing would go out.
Well, give me a d10 plus 1 for how fast you can get up to her.
Okay.
Well, it's got a range, right? It's more to like see if you can cast this.
I got to get up pretty close to her. But I mean, like, I only have to be within the 30-foot AoE of it, right?
Yeah. Well, also, like, even if she gets a little bit of the horn out, people would hear like a slight blip from the horn before suddenly the sound cuts off.
I rolled a 9.
Oof. So it's a little slow. The horn begins to blow, and then, like, here comes Raekwon up the stairs really fast, and all of a sudden you guys hear the sound, except for someone, Nyx, maybe, who's in the very back of the party, who sees Raekwon run up, and then sound of the horn stops. She continues to blow on it, but maybe 10 seconds of horn instead of a instead of a minute of horn gets blown. And those of you on the inside of the bubble who can hear it here, it's not just a single long toot. There's like the long opening sound followed by a series of like stops and starts, as if there's some sort of coded language.
As if she's got a spear going through her throat and she can't quite.
Yeah. Is this is the ogress getting a surprise round here, or is this her action?
That was her ready to
this
action.
round?
So we should probably roll initiative as you guys do your thing.
That tower just doesn't have like a door or anything to it, right? It's just like a watchtower. You walk through the entrance, you walk up, there's a plateau on top.
There's nothing on the inside that you're aware of yet, just a staircase around the outside.
All right, but there is a way that leads inside.
You have not seen one.
Okay. And the ogre is lying down, yeah?
Yes, she is.
This is made out of rock, right? The thing that we're standing on? Okay.
11 for the ogre.
Ooh, nice roll.
I realize that I cannot get myself in the initiative order because we have no tokens.
You need a token. Yeah.
My mistake.
We can drop tokens for ourselves, I think, but
tokens should all have vision, so you can see where you are.
Oh, I rolled for the wrong weapon, but it's the same initiative, so.
Perfect.
You already rolled, didn't you?
That was last round.
Why didn't we get attacks last round?
Because he was just reacting to the horn, I think.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
The ogre will go
I react with my spear.
Izuel has an 8, 12. I see. Oh no, I see. You had the 12, and then you changed it to an. Got it. 6. I don't see a Kale in here, but
I'm just double checking the what is the initiative in the Neal sheet for quarterstaff? Sorry?
4.
4, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to use my new double-bladed quarterstaff sword thing.
Isn't it a pole arm, not a quarterstaff? Or is it
Neal said I could use it like a quarterstaff since it's balanced on both ends.
Okay.
May come to regret these decisions, but for now they're fine. Nyx, start us off.
Yes. I would like to throw a dagger, please.
Sure.
Okay.
You scamper on up to the top of the tower and hurl a dagger at the ogre lady on the ground. You miss the prone ogre with your dagger. It skitters along the side of the ground before it disappears and reappears in your hand. Kale.
I guess I will go for a quick thwack with God, what was the name of it again? It had a really weird name that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh.
Clearly Neal can't either.
My
We'll
God.
get to that one.
It's a Githka.
Okay.
I don't remember the person who owned it. It was like Uluth or something, but it's a Githka.
Okay.
Where did we get this again?
In the snake's lair.
Uluth Gax Githka. So now it's Kale's Githka, I guess.
Awesome. All right. So I attack with a +2 now because actually no, it's a +3 because I got a bonus to Thaco, right? I'm just gonna say +2 and I'll double check.
Can we just nominate Kale as our new frontline fighter?
Yeah.
She's thrown on the ground, right?
Yeah, so it should be another 4 to hit, so that brings us to a 13, which I don't think hits. I think ogres have AC 15.
All right.
I think it's 14 though.
Well, that might actually matter then. Let me double check my Thaco.
Yeah, ogres have AC 15.
15? Okay, I miss either way.
13,
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Izual, the ogress, is scrambling
She
backwards.
hasn't gone yet?
She has not gone yet. The horn is down. She's flipped onto her back and is now trying to scramble away.
Oh, the Angel of Death. Plus 70.
Yeah.
That's including the prone penalty.
I was going to say.
Triple crit?
3 times damage dice. Yeah.
15 damage with the spear.
15 damage will bring her almost to death. Not quite. Let me put an ogre token here so we see it.
Does she have a weapon?
No.
She has a horn.
True.
Yep.
The HP bar should look something like this. Yeah.
23.
23 will do it.
For 8.
And she will die before she can tell you anything.
All right.
I mean, if we cared, we could bring her back, but I don't think we care.
Yep. Well, the ogress
Some
lays
sworn
dead.
enemy.
Could you describe this horn for me? Is it potentially playable?
Sure,
Well,
in the
sorry.
way that,
Before I guess as soon as it dies, I say, watch out. She blew that horn. There could be more coming.
The
I'll start
horn.
looking over the edge of the tower.
Good, Izual says, looking around, ready for the
I
reinforcements.
think you guys saw me dramatically run up with like a bit of soap in my hand and like blow this giant bubble that like
so it's visual.
expanded. Well, there's like a material component to it in which you blow a soap bubble, and so like once it's in place, I don't believe it's visible. But like you saw me like run up with like get some soap in my hand and. Right.
Maybe we've seen you do it
thing.
Maybe we've seen you do it in the bar before when you start your sets.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And in which case, I won't say that then. Sorry.
Yeah. But I mean, like, even if you've never seen it before, I think it's very clear that something was done about those sound.
Okay.
So the horn would be playable, but it only has the one note, right? There's no like a what do you call it when there's things to push on your brass instruments to make different sounds?
What do you mean? There's
Keys.
you can play a different note. You can play overtones, harmonics, even on a fixed tube.
Alphorn, yeah.
What he said, yeah. So it's like the horn of some sort of mountain goat that has just been ripped off its head, hollow all the way through, and poked a little hole in the end so you can properly play it.
Okay. I have no horn proficiency, I guess, but I am a bard with proficiencies in like 3 instruments. And so I would like to inside the bubble, I heard all of the sounds that she was playing. I would like to try to especially if there's only like a few notes that could be played. I'm gonna spend some time trying to like memorize the notes and then see if I can work out whatever meaning might have.
Jesus, don't put your mouth on that. Would you kiss an ogre?
It's fine. It's fine. I've had many partners. It'll all work out.
How you get ogre herpes? Okay. You can work out the notes on the horn, although it doesn't seem that the ones I would say, her message didn't seem to have a lot of different tonalities to it. It was more of a like duration, like long
Morse code
blow, and then like 6 short blows followed by two
A gout of
medium
blood
ones.
as she spits up her life essence through the horn.
Yeah. So it seems like the coded message had more to do with the spacing between the blasts than the harmonics played.
Okay.
Well, give me
I
an
guess I'm
check.
not very smart, so
Yeah,
coded
give me-
messages is not a thing that I'll know. But if it had anything to do with playing them, I feel like I would be well
give me an
suited to
int
learn
check.
those.
You might be able to figure it out.
Okay.
Do you...
No,
No.
I'm not. No. I'm just
Well-
farting on a goat horn.
Mm-hmm. The ogre is dead. The sun is setting. You're on the tower. From here, you have an excellent view of the elven coastline side, which I'm going to just make multiple of these so you guys can see what's going on. Out a little bit. And you can actually see coastline over here as well.
Can we search the tower for entrances, or is this just a little watchtower thing?
It appears just to be a watchtower. It's just raised up so you'd have something tall on which to stand, and you would have a fantastic view of any ships coming or going, both coastlines. It is a superb outlook for this zone.
Taking a look at the ogre's corpse, its clothes, and any markings on the horn, is there anything to indicate that this ogre is related to the same tribe of ogres that we were fighting back in the valley? I mean, this is one huge forest, as I can see now from the top of the tower. I wonder if this is the same forest.
No? Great question. Dice over? This ogre has very little in the way of clothing. You notice that she didn't have a weapon. All she had was a horn. She looks quite young. I think you can assess this as a juvenile ogre who is given the shitty position of sitting in the tower and blowing the horn if there's a problem, and has not yet achieved a rank. Kale would know about this since he's well versed in ogre society now. This is the bottom rung of the ogre society, where you have to first prove yourself by doing something useful before you can gain the markings or tattoos or warrior status within society. This is some, not even a squire.
Because I'm trying to remember, is this mountain range? How far north are we from the city? From Acropolis? I'm asking the party, not necessarily you, Neal.
100 miles, maybe? 50, 100 miles?
Should we go deeper? Look for them?
I mean, sun is setting.
Well, tomorrow.
Camp out here. And then, I think this must be the battlefront between ogres and elves.
Makes sense.
This is likely the ogres' lookout tower. Does this tower look like ogre construction? Is it just stacked stones?
Just stacked stones, stacked rubble. It's probably not entirely ogre. There's a little bit too much smoothness to it. It's a little bit too well crafted. Ogres wouldn't have taken the time to properly level the top and add layers of gravel and sand so it's flat and walkable. They'd probably just stack rocks until they stood on it, and if it fell apart they just stack rocks again. So the width and the size of the staircase and the height of the steps indicates ogre construction or construction design for ogres, but the workmanship indicates a smarter, more patient creature overseeing it all.
Perhaps a Verasi.
Yeah.
Which direction was the ogress facing when she was blowing the horn?
You guys coming up the staircase, and the staircase would have wrapped around the outside like this. So she would have been facing to the west left when she blew the horn.
The west left, got it. And if I look across the shore, do I see anything like a pier or a harbor or anything that indicates that ships or boats are landing anywhere there?
On the elven side, you see a pier over here, right near the mouth of this river. But on the ogre side, there is no such thing.
Can we see that far?
I'll point it.
Can 5, 10, 15. It's 30 miles. Can you see 30 miles?
Yes, when you're up on this elevated, tall ogre platform. Boats.
Sure.
I will point it out to the others, and I will say, it doesn't make any sense that this tower would be an outlook for the inland. I think whoever built this intended to have a look at any ships coming, so there's a good possibility that,
you could see.
that harbor is still in use.
Could you see like looking down the peninsula, do you see like elves crossing the river or anything?
No,
Or
the
is it
rivers
only the
are a
ocean?
little bit too wooded. You will
Okay.
notice that there is the watchtower does look like up this section of the river, not this horror section right here, but this section the watchtower is able to look up, and that is the section where the bridge is, and you can what's the distance here? Like 10 miles? Yeah, I guess if you're really careful and patient, you can make out the exact spot of the bridge on the river.
This ogre stinks, so I like kick it off the tower so we don't have to sleep near it.
Yeah. Is there enough room up here for us all to sleep on the top of the tower?
Yeah, it's
Totally,
huge. Isn't
yeah.
it?
As
Okay,
you
30-foot
kick
diameter.
the ogre off the tower, or more likely slowly roll it because it weighs many hundreds of pounds, you will find that in her primitive clothing there is a spyglass tucked away.
Hold the phone. Whoa. She just was wearing a loincloth. Where was the spyglass tucked?
Loincloth inside pouch. It's like a
Also
big
known-
pocket that
She
hangs down the
doesn't
front.
have any clothes, but she knows how to put pockets in a loincloth.
I mean, she's using one of the pockets that Verasi gave her.
Yeah, natural pouch.
Not a
The
kangaroo.
ogre
here.
kangaroo.
It's
Not
a
a
dual
kangaroo.
function spyglass.
It's in the loincloth. The loincloth has a pocket in
Listen,
it.
if you go jogging and you don't want to carry your keys, there's a pocket.
Where do
right?
you wait? What?
On your back, above your butt, there's a pocket where you can slide in the key. Rectangle, and I'm pretty sure you could probably tuck like a spyglass on the back of your loincloth. Just hold it right there.
If it worked
Okay,
with a waistband.
look. Kale is not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. He's gonna pick up the spyglass and take a look.
Thank you, Kale. Thank you.
I think Raekwon should pick it up because he gets experience for stealing it, right?
I don't think it counts as theft at this point.
I mean, you laugh about that, but Destiny does that literally every episode in terms of scoring.
I steal from the dead bodies.
Good thing I'm not Destiny.
After Kale looks through it, I say, Kale, you got something on your eye there, and I'll wipe away the brown smudge that's around his eyes.
Oh my God, we're gonna go to our break. When we come back,
Yeah.
we'll explore some other stuff. See you guys. on
Maybe
other
the party will grow the hell up.
That's never gonna happen. I love you guys as
Speak
you
for
are.
yourself, okay?
Please
Speak
don't
for
change.
yourself, Ryan.